cricket, which is something that can give some relief to the people in this tough time. But unfortunately, no relief has been given. There was a huge match in the Asia Cup. But then there are also other series too, like for example, the 100. We're going to talk about that today. And then again, there are other series: Australia versus Zimbabwe, England versus South Africa, and the KPL, which has been again, unfortunately, it has been down. And then again, 60, the 60, which is the new format introduced by the CPL, which is Caribbean Premier League. Before it starts, the 60 has been introduced. Anyway, first let's go on to the Asia Cup. What has been happening on in Dubai? So again, this Asia Cup is much different than last time. Last time what it was, teams are gonna play each other 5 times, and those teams are gonna play each other 6 teams, and they're gonna play each other. So 5 matches for each team, and then the top 2, the top 4 are gonna go into the semi-finals. Last time Sri Lanka and Hong Kong missed out on a semi-final chance, and it looks like the same again, because that has been a great performance from Afghanistan. And who even thought that Afghanistan in 2006, they were playing against affiliate nations like Japan and Thailand, and now they are defeated Sri Lanka, and also convincingly. So of course, again, Afghanistan won the toss, they elected to bat, as is customary in Dubai. And they scored 105 runs. That is not good, Sri Lanka, who are batting. So Pathum Nissan ka 3 runs, Kusal Mendes 2 runs, Charita Salanka duck. And these were the 3 wickets which were just got in too early, and because of that, a lot of problems came up so quickly for Sri Lanka. Fazal Haq Farooqi took 2 wickets in the first over alone, and because of that, it was just the tone. Danishka Gunatilaka run a ball 17. But Bhanuka Rajapaksa, who actually retired a few months ago but then came back into cricket after 3 days of retirement, 38 runs of 29. And then Chamaya Karunnatne, 31 of 38. Then Dafn Shanaka got 0 runs, and Wanindo Hasaranga de Silva 2 runs. So not a good performance at all. Fazal Haq Farooqi took 3, Muhammad Nabi 2. Rashid Khan was wicketless, but he took 12 runs. So 12 runs only in 4 overs. That is very economical. And then Mujibur Rahman 2 for 24. Anyway, then after that, it was a very easy chase. They scored 83 runs in the power play. Afghanistan. Hazratullah Zaizai 37 of 28. Rahmanullah Gurbaz was bowled for 40 of 18 by Hasaranga, and that was it. Ibrahim Zardani was run out 15 of 13. Very unlucky. Hit the ball, hit the hat of Tikshana, and then it got back to the stump. So that's why he was run out. Then the big match that has been happening, and it has been a huge match, a big match, and everybody has seen this yesterday. Yes, we are talking about India versus Pakistan. Now you might remember at the same ground, 24th October, about 9-8 months ago, what happened was that India were humblingly defeated by Pakistan. And yes, they were defeated by 10 wickets in chase of 151. Pakistan made 153 for 0, so that was great. Anyway, let's go on to the Pakistan innings. So India, they already got the luck. They won the toss and they elected to bowl first. Because in Dubai, you normally have a lot of dew in the second innings. And because of that, it becomes much easier to chase because there is no more swing and the ball becomes soft. So that's why people elect to chase in Dubai. And that was what Pakistan also wanted to do, but unfortunately, they couldn't win the toss. Now, even though they didn't win the toss, it looked pretty good for Pakistan at the start. Even though Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, again, I'm just telling you, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is going to be dangerous in this tournament. The form he has gripped in England, it is going to be transferred to the Asia Cup. He took 4 for 26 in this match. And Babar Azam went early. That was a really bad one. 10 for 9, and then Fakhar Zaman 10 for 6, caught behind. Avesh Khan took the wicket. But then it was a really good partnership between Iftikhar Ahmed, who made 28 or 22, and Mohammad Rizwan, who made 43 or 42. So you can see they were playing run ball in Dubai. But just when they were about to charge, they were 2 for 87. So 2 for 87, you are normally going to see on Dubai 160 runs. And if 160 would have been made in this match, they would have won this very easily, comfortably actually, because Dubai 140 is like a par score over there. So then what happened was that Iftikhar Ahmed, he was out, he was caught again. So now again, a very big problem that is being seen in Pakistan, the middle order has not been good. Because if a set batsman, when he's looking to charge and he gets out, all the middle order collapses like a domino effect. And that has happened in South Africa once. And just like this, it happened today too, like a domino effect. But the thing is that it was saved, the day was saved by Shahnawaz Dahani, who made 16 of 6, and he had 2 sixes. But because 9 wickets were gone on 128, but then it went to 147, which was what made it. And because of that, Pakistan had a total to fight for. After Rizwan went 43 of 42, which was 4 for 96. Then the wickets fell. 5 for 97, Khushdil Shah. 6 for 112, Asif Ali. 7 for 114, Muhammad Nawaz. 8 for 128, Shadab Khan. 9 for 128, Naseem Shah. And 10 for 147, Shah Nawaz Dahani. So 4 wickets of Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Arshdeep Singh bowled pretty well. He was expensive, but he still got 2 wickets. And then after that, Hardik Pandya with 3 of 25. I mean, he played really well in this match. Abish Khan took 1 for 19, which was also a good wicket. It was of Fakhar Zaman, who was looking dangerous at that moment. But Naseem Shah on T20I debut, he played really well. This was where it was seen that the presence of Shahid Afridi was not felt. The absence was not felt. And Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul, they were out, dismissed cheaply. KL Rahul was actually gone on a golden duck, just like the way Shaheen Shah Afridi gone in. And then it was just looking just so good. Naseem was swinging the ball and everything was perfect. Kohli, he was on 0 of 1 and he was dropped. Okay, now this is really a problem. Pakistan's fielding has not been good, and because of that, maybe this might have cost them the game, because Kohli went on to make 35 or 34. If he would have been caught at 0, a lot of momentum would have been also taken, and then again Pakistan would not have a lot of runs on their total, which was just uselessly put because of a dropped catch, because again it was 52 for 3 when Kohli went. If it would have been taken at 0 for 2, then what would have happened, 1 for 2, what would have happened was that then a lot, 50 runs would have been saved for Pakistan, 30, 40 runs would have been saved. Anyway, Pakistan learned from their mistakes. They got the wicket of Rohit Sharma charging down the ground. Iftikhar Ahmed took the catch, and in the same fashion, Kohli was out. Muhammad Nawaz got 2 wickets. That was really great. But really, I think Naseem Shah, he bowled really well despite struggling with cramps. He bowled the last over and he saved quite a lot of runs. And just like that, it was going pretty good, and he took the wicket of Surya Kumar Yadav. But then Ravindra Jadeja and Hardik Pandya both were now forming a good partnership. Jadeja, you know, he's one of the greats of Indian cricket, a very underrated player, but today he played really well. I mean, you can say yesterday, but that match was also past 12 a.m. Anyway, so he made 35 of 29 and Hardik Pandya made 33 of 70. Now, when Ravindra Jadeja was bowled in the last over by Muhammad Nawaz, it was looking like the Pakistan had it. They almost won it because it was a dot ball after that. But then the wicket was, the really big part was that again Hardik Pandya managed to hit it for 6 on the back foot and win the match for India with just 2 balls remaining. Now, if Pakistan had just 10 more, 15 more runs, maybe Pakistan could have won the match. And there were a lot of crucial misfields too, like Babar Azam. He managed to stop the ball, but unfortunately he did not put enough power in the ball, so it came down to the boundary. So maybe these misfields and the drop catch of Kohli might have given India an edge, and again luck was on India's side. They won the toss, Kohli survived a drop catch, and again they managed to put that domino effect on Pakistan. So yeah, I guess India, they played well. They were just the better of the two, but Pakistan, despite batting first, which is really tough in Dubai because the pitch was also very dodgy, as the Australians call it, a lot of bounciness and a lot of extra bounce. And again, another thing is because of slow over rate, Pakistan's 5th fielder outside the circle was also brought in, and maybe that was also one area where Pakistan might have struggled, their fielding and their slow over it. But still, Pakistan really played well and nothing can be taken away from them. This was just not an India-Pakistan game. This was a game where two huge nations were coming up together and every person in the nation was watching. So it was a great game. And again, this is not over for Pakistan. Hong Kong is not a strong team, of course. So Pakistan is most likely expected to win unless Hong Kong conjure up some miracle. Then what is going to happen is Pakistan and India are going to face up again in the Super 4. So yeah, Pakistan still has a chance to retain that pride, and it's going to happen in Dubai too. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty good for them. Meanwhile, the 100 is happening in England, and what has happened is that we have finally had our list of qualifiers. Basically, the Trent Rockets, London Spirit, Manchester Originals and Oval Invincibles have qualified, but Birmingham Phoenix were not behind. Maybe if they can up their run rate, they might do it, but they were bowled out for 75 against Manchester Originals, so it's looking quite dire for them. The Northern Superchargers are already looking out. Wiltshire have lost 7 out of 7, and it has not been good. Top wicket taker, let me just shortly enumerate. Kane Richardson with 12, Jordan Thompson with 12, Sunil Narine with 11, and top run scorers David Malan with 300, Phil Sal with 294, and Adam Leach with 279. Hope you enjoy the sports cut. We'll take a short track and then we'll be back. So keep listening to FM 105.